Right, this video is going to be dull as dishwater, but I decided I'm going to try and walk people through the map Stardust. Now this is a map I made for Team Fortress 2. I made it quite a long time ago, it took a year and a half. I had another year on for updates that I did, and then the VMF broke and then I dropped it, and now I'm updating it again for some reason. Don't know why, because the map's pretty much died off. No servers actually run it anymore. Oh, all the things I do for fun, eh? So, I'll go through my thought process, some of the really, really bad logic that makes the map actually tick. And, well, this is whatever I feel like talking about, really. It's nothing too complex, really. So, here we start off in Spawn. This is based off of the prison. Now, if you've watched part 3, you'll know this map looks nothing like the prison in part 3. In fact, no part of this map looks like anything done in part 3. I did want to try and keep it feeling like Team Fortress 2. While, try and keep those anti-weeaboo kind of people who refuse to even look at anime pictures. Yeah, I kind of wanted to keep those people on board, weirdly enough. If I were to remake this map, which I am not going to bloody do ever, I wouldn't give a toss. I would just sod them. If they don't like it, they can play another server. They can go back to Skyle for all I care. But here we are. First trap, I knew I wanted this. We have Magician's Red here, firing off a load of flamethrowers, particles, multiple of them, and breaking what would be usually in the anime JoJo out of jail, breaking everyone out of jail. Originally, the jail was actually over here. This could fit everyone in here, but I decided to leave this as a logic room. You can see there's a lot of mess going on in here, some of which I'll explain in a minute or two. But back in here, quite simply, there's lighting, there's particles and stuff, there's models, and there's the logo both sides. There's a massive hurt trigger, save entities. Lights, easy, nothing complex. And there's a meme. I decided that in places that the player, really shouldn't be, or shouldn't really be paying much attention to, I'll just put some funny images. So on this other side of this door, which is an AFK killer, as indicated by this trigger here, yeah, if you're AFK you die. To speed wagon. Through here, I kind of copied DR PlayStation. So there are 4 models here, each one representing a part of the map that you have finished. This one represents the spinner. The spinner is manned by Silver Chariot, and this is Silver Chariot's blade, or the thing that's on the end of his fencing thing. So I decided, well, 25% of the way through the map, I'll put that there. And there's an env global to spawn it. This guy, Soul Sacrifice I think his name was, something like that. Hideous Puppet, that's the hotel area. When you beat that is there, and then again, env global. This one is the desert, weirdly enough. This, oh, what's his name? It's the guy with the gun. Hull Horse, I think his name is. So I put his gun there. And this one is just JoJo's cap. I mean, this is just an actual model in the game anyway. The Starboard Crusader. So, I'll just put that there. This one is the Evangelion Secret. I will probably talk about that closer to the end of the video, because that will require me going on an absolute tangent. So, moving on, right, logic room. I may end up referring back to this, but this is basically where a lot of map-wide logic happens. So instead of just one thing happening, well, that's a really bad way of putting it. As you'll see over here, there's some logic that refers to this trap. Over here, this logic will refer to all of the logic in this entire map, likely. It likely affects the entire map. So for example, these game round wins, who knows where the round is going to win or end. I decided somewhere simple to put it so I don't, lose it. Logic room. TF game rules. That's the arena at the end, actually. But again, it's easier to put it in here because I won't lose it. Soundscapes. I'm terrible at soundscapes. I just figured I'd do triggerable ones. Pardon me. Using triggers because that's easy. MGR relay. This is called. It's a logic relay, which basically just does the start of the map. It starts this. MGR Magician's Red. I have noticed my video capturing software, OBS, is not actually capturing any windows that I open, so I apologise. If I start reading stuff out, I'm not going to be able to present a lot of good logic or outputs to you. I'll just have to explain it as best I can. This logic auto, again, it just starts around. It tells all of the buttons to go to a green colour, because by default they are white. I'll show that over here. And what else does it do? Oh, yes, there's a tone map controller. That's for HDR lighting. Pardon me, I've got a bit of a cough for some reason. Again, there's nothing really that interesting. NHC. Right, again, I'll just go off on a tangent right now, explain what I mean by those three letters, because again, I forgot you can't see that this is a joke. But for some reason, this is called the name of a friend. This horse model here, I'm named after a friend. And NHC is a joke between us. I've completely forgotten what NHC actually does. It's probably important, so again, it's been a long time since I've worked on this map, so I'm gonna... all the complex stuff like this I'm gonna try and leave out from here on out. But what I do know works is this. This is for April Fools, of all things. It's a TF logic on holiday. It checks for a holiday, so there's choices of April Fool's, Full Moon, or Halloween, Smithmas, TF birthday, or Valentine's. Mine, I only tell it to look for April Fool's, because I'm that kind of asshole. And this logic case here is then told by this TF logic on holiday, if it's April Fool's, do one of four things. It mostly revolves around spawning certain models in places it shouldn't be. For example, this Koru model, that's a Evangelion secret, for example, but I'll refer back to this later. Everything else in here, it's quite simple. There's a sun, level of water control, it's for the sea. Yeah, nothing really that special. I think this is quite important though. This is for Warmatty's Deathrun Toolkit plugin. This checks to see if the plugin this branch checks to see if it's enabled, and the plugin will actually set it to 1 if it is. And if it is, then therefore the health scaling of the activator, who is this guy over here, technically this guy, is scaled by the plugin, saving me a job. While we're on here, model. It's a DR model. It was given to me by Spooky Toad, who made DR Berlin, DR Bog, a couple of cool maps. And all I do is basically attach this model to an invisible model that is then parented to this model. Not this model, but whoever spawns here. And then they get the animations. Sometimes the model gets a bit scuffed, like these pointy toes are by default, but I have seen they become extremely pointy and sharp on some cases. nothing really to worry about because, well, it's just a bit of a joke really, you only ever really see it in the fight at the end. Right, finally, after bloody 10 minutes, first trap. I'm going to try and speed this up now. End of shoot, I don't know, that's probably for April Fools. Here we are, that's an example. April Fools, this shoots off JoJo models when this guy fires. So, you know, that's the kind of joke I would do. I would shoot off models when something is fired off. So, here we are, first trap. I spawn them in, actually, when this is opened. So, because the activators can't see them to there easily at least, so I spawn this in through here. As for how he actually fires, there's the effect, there's the light in there as well. Quite simple, and then there's just a trigger hurt that covers all around up until about there. That trigger there, though, is to actually set people on fire, because there is a particle effect this model is attached to. You'll see from this very thin line here. This model has a particle effect made by R60D, which sets its hands on fire and other pieces on fire. It's very nice. R60D did this for me. This room I'll explain later. Finally, we reach the outside part. This door, when you walk into it, will drop down. Something that a friend has told me. Sometimes when this door opens, people full on just crash. I don't know why. They just crash. But yeah, welcome to the open world. After nearly 12 minutes of talking, we are now free from prison. That's the quickest prison sentence on Earth. This is just prison, or jail in Japanese. Don't know why I did that. It's stupid. Now, anyone who's played the map, you'll know there are 8 of these stone structures. Ignore that. It's more Evangelion memes. 8 of these stone structures which spawn where these block bullet brushes are. To save entities, I actually used a start off Kaoru. I used a entity maker. So what happens is this one's here, that's fine, but then I use these logic relays to well, this one's for the posts, this one's for Kaoru. Kaoru? I don't know how to pronounce it. Basically, tells them to jump over to here, spawn, then here, spawn again. And basically, it saves a couple of entities by having them not spawn at the start, and it just really quickly spawns all 8 of them at the start of the round. You know, before anyone's actually outside the jail. So, which is pretty nifty, I'd say. That's pretty good for saving entities. Second trap, we have this guy. Green, Hierophant Green or something like that. I would just name him Peg, P-G-G. There's a single one, splash. That's it. That's the animation. And what it does, it has an ENV laser, which points initially at this one target, but then when the trap is triggered, we have this logic timer, which tells it to go around to each of these different targets that I've laid out on this wall. I should mention, logic relays are not actually edicts, which there are a limit of. There are limits to edicts you can have on a map, which is why I saved a couple of entities there. Logic relays somehow, though, retain which direction they are facing and where they are, so I use them as targets for lasers, and also there's a target here for teleportation. It's not an edict, and it keeps the angle it was facing. So there you go, saving more edicts. Just something to keep in mind if anyone wants to make their own massive map. Moving on. This, trigger once. What does this do? This tells the door to open to the house. Now this is everyone's least favourite part. And you know what? I don't blame you in the slightest. I hate this. I wish I could go back in time and tell myself not to have done this and to think of something better. But now I've already made it. I don't know how the logic works. I don't know what will break if I remove all of it. And well, there's a very small part of me that actually likes quite like to watching people struggle looking for a key. There are 16 places. I thought there were 24, honestly. 16 different places a key will spawn. And I was very mean about it. So I started off simple places, you know, like here, here, here. Yeah, I decided to put 16 keys. I probably could have done the logic relay trick, or even just teleporting it around manually. I really couldn't be asked with that. I just decided I would just spawn the models as they are and just delete the ones that I don't need. And yeah, I put them all around the house. Pretty terrible places, but again, I thought it was quite funny. And the thing is, people will have to look over here. They'll probably be quite interested on a dead lady on the floor. Lady. And JoJo, who just doesn't look that fazed by his mother seemingly nearly dead. Sigma male grind set, I guess. But yeah, cool. Now, this is the first secret. Here is a portrait of Speedwagon, someone who's very important to the JoJo Star family, so I thought, you know, I'll put that in the house. Yeah, you realise that none of it actually appears in the anime, but yeah, you know, Japanese house, I just built what I felt like building. This is a button, this no-draw texture. And what it does, the person who hits it is then teleported to, in here, this room. I'm just going to hide Killer Queen. No, I'm not. I'm going to do it terribly. Okay, just ignore the fact that there's Killer Queen there. Quite simply, there are different pictures here, 5 of them, one representing each part. We've got Speedwagon there, we have bloody Killer Queen, we have Sexy Joseph there, Star Platinum there, Killer Queen. Actually, no, I think the original image is him. Cool. And I've forgotten his name. JoJo's favourite child. Tough luck, Jolene. And this guy, vocal percussion on a whole another level coming from my mind. I have watched that part, I just didn't like it. Sue me. Each one does a different thing. So, this one, when you hit it, it does, this is an update actually I did today. It does to be continued. Plays the sound, and does an overlay. I don't know why I'm explaining all this. If you've played the map, you'll know. This one just does battle tendency, music. This actually stops time. This is where I get to nerd out on logic. There is a this fade. It just fades the screen black, and there's an overlay somewhere that I probably use in the arena that makes everything black and white. But what I actually do is a large trigger, which covers quite a large area, I think. I think it covers this spawn and the arena, just to say edicts again. There were 2, actually. There were 2 triggers. It stops people from moving, I think, besides the activator. And there's one that turns on and off very quickly, which stops people from taunting. Pardon me, taunting. This is for the conga taunt, which people would use so they can move during stopped time. This one, you can see I've got Killer Queen in multiple places. What really happens is there's Killer Queen in all 5 spots. When you hit this button, Killer Queen will spawn, and what it used to do was kill you. I've changed that today to just give you 1 HP. Then let you leave in peace. You know, because I'm a nice person. This is technically a door. Again, I just have Killer Queen block the door off. Thought it was funny. This one just plays vocal percussion on a whole other level, coming from my mind. Because why not? These models, it's there for fun. I think they spawn though, based on which ones have been done, so you can keep track on which ones have been pressed, because this leads to another secret in the hotel area later, which I'll talk about. Anyway, moving on. Once you find the key, you go upstairs, break the window. The key can actually be outside as well, actually, so you need to go outside no matter what. Key can be on the stepladder. Go here. Once you enter this trigger, this lock will break off, and then these doors will swing open by themselves. And we reach this trap. Now, this trap is made of a displacement, which I turned into a model, which I actually had to build by hand, because this bridge model by itself I've had to edit and remove the floor in Blender, because that model just comes as is with the floor. I didn't want that, I wanted the floor to break, so yeah, I had to edit it. Wasn't that much of a fuss, really. This used to actually be a fridge trap, as I called it. There was another house, and there was a fridge that you would get pulled into in an old version of this map. So, fun fact you probably didn't care about. This water didn't go anywhere. It's just water. That's it. The person in the trap who would stop you was actually this guy. Bit early to bring him in, really. He appears around the boat scene. But I really didn't care. Again, I didn't care. This guy would go up, this brush would go up and block you from continuing. This floor would break, you'd go in here and you would drown. Okay, we've finally passed the first area. It took 20 minutes, but we are past the first area. This map you literally have like a 10-minute timer in most servers. Unless playing Panda, in which case you're not even going to beat the map, because they have their own lead timer, which is a waste of time. It just ends around early for some reason. Panda, get rid of it, please. Or is it Black Wonder? I think it's Panda. Now we get teleported to this Hong Kong area. I think that's Chinese. I hope it's Chinese. So you get teleported over there, and already I've thrown a spanner into the fact that this is trying to be JoJo. Not only have I got Evangelion dotted around the place, these are hidden most of the time. This one that isn't hidden is actually an AE86 based off Initial D. Except instead of Fujiwara's tofu company, I put Speedwagon on the side of it. I'm laughing at my own dumb jokes. This is multiple models, by the way, and they're all dynamic. I actually had to take this from Gmod. It's a Gmod model, and these all move because I, dissect them. You'll see there's like no actual gauge. That's another model that I don't have possession of anymore. But yeah, that's just a nice prop, and it's used again later. This dirt and a shovel looks nice. It's a displacement. Although you'll see that I just clicked on is not actually this model, because this is a model. This is an invisible displacement. This model was done with proper, and it's called City Dirt. It's because this part is also a displacement, and it was giving me real problems. So I turned it into a prop, and there you go, I didn't have any problems anymore. Ta-da! Quite simply, this is just a pipeline, it's open, and gas. Some gas particles shoot up, and you die. You die to gas. Easy. Nothing that complex. This, you just can't pass it. I don't know if you can jump over it or not. I don't think you can, but I have concerns now that I can't see anything. Oh well, if you can jump over it, well done. Ta-da! You are clever. Look at this, I'm now editing my own maps. I'm fixing my own maps while I'm working on this video. Aren't I just the cleverest? Let's put that about there, I think. No, not going to escape that. And then I'll just drag this out over to here. I'm pretty sure people can't go here. I think what I will have done is likely something stupid I probably would have done, so to speak. I like it will have attached the brushes to those models, to that model, the dirt model. I don't know why I would have done that. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed sometimes. The activator is in here. Initially it was a case of this was its own room and then there was a wall you had to teleport up here. That was really messy, so I just added a ramp. To the second trap, which is also a fucking mess, which has 3 cars, 3 AE86s, all the same, except these get coloured in the round. This one's yellow, this one stays white, and this one goes red. They are to show off like different cars that are in initial D. Don't question it, I don't have answers. London bus. Except not really, it's a Soho bus. Yep, that's it. This area is terrible. This is Japanese. I'm not going to try and translate it. Probably means like dead end, left, right, forward. Probably means something stupid like that. That's what you should expect from my maps. And once you go through that final forward tunnel, we are greeted with this area. Hallelujah. We are finally at the spinner. Now, this part has not actually really changed from the initial one. I did this, and then I did that, and then I did this again. And yeah, I knew I wanted this. I didn't want to edit this. I was quite happy with this. But I will admit, early on, I used carve. I'm sorry, I used carve. Anyone who knows Hammer will know carve is a bad thing to do. But quite simply, this spinner, I wanted like mini bosses in this map, and I thought, well, let's just have a spinner. Everyone likes the mini game. Most people like the mini game, and I'm going to have it as a mini boss. So we have Silver Chariot, which appears in actually the after the Hong Kong part in a garden. So I wanted a garden, and I did a terrible job. Actually, it was Burke who did an okay job. It looks nothing like the anime again, but it's good detailing. It looks nice. Again, just doesn't look like the anime. I'm sorry. This is what happens when you outsource details. I'm not a good detailing person. But yeah, we have a spinner. It starts over here and spins around. You have to hit each of these buttons. Now there's some confusion as to what these buttons do sometimes. These are traps. You'll have seen these lasers here. These blokes will actually shoot off the end of their spiky thing. And that laser is to show that it's shot down and ends up there. It ends up stuck in here. Doesn't press the button for them, but it will kill you. So they are traps. How the button order is determined is random. So anyone who doesn't know that, hopefully that's cleared you up. Here, to hit 4 buttons, there are 6 math counters. Yes, I need 6 math counters to count to 4. I'm not even going to try and explain the logic. I went through it earlier, and I just said, no, I'm not even going to touch that. This is also part of the Evangelion secret, this guy becomes purple. When the secret is enabled and the music changes to a nice synthwave. Also, another April Fool's one here. Actually, no, this wasn't April Fool's. This one is the Evangelion secret. This one shoots out more Kaworu models because I couldn't think of anywhere to put him. So I thought, when this guy explodes at the end, I will shoot off a load of Kaworu all over the entire area. Also, anyone who's keen will notice that the music that plays is the complete wrong theme. It's not Silver Chariot's theme, it's Hieroglyphic Green's theme, or Kakyoin's theme. And what is the other one? The other one is when it explodes, it does a part 4 explosion sound of Killer Queen. There you go. So there you go. I just ruined it. After that, finally, entity saving. I kill a lot of things that have to be entities, and they're just called Kill Me One. I think there's some parts here and there just called Kill Me One. I don't know where they are. I've lost them, but they all get killed just to kill the entities. And then over here, a load more entities get spawned. Any server operators will know if you are running NetGraph that the entities tend to fluctuate quite a lot, and quite a lot being used all at once. Here we are at the hotel. It initially spawned us here, just at the end of this pier, with a boat. That boat is now in the skybox, I think. Is it in the skybox? It might be in the skybox. Okay, I don't know where it is. But yeah, there's a boat, because they had to get off a big ship. Yeah, I've skipped a part if you haven't noticed. There's that part where you have to use a ship. And JoJo uses Starfinger! And yeah, I just skipped that entirely and decided, let's just go to the hotel, because I can actually make something out of that. So, the updated version, thanks to Warmatty. This, you have to use strafe jumps to get around. This is a practice area for what's coming later, everyone's favourite part. Unless you are a Black Wonder player, or whoever uses a B-hop that lets you just straight up just jump up over here and back on here, and then question why they can't do the strafe jump because they've never done it before and they've had no practice. That's a big fucking skill issue for me. L+ ratio. This model here, I just put JoJo in places. This also plays Ocean Man, but that's to do with a secret. Put Speedwagon there, because you're not supposed to be able to see this area, it's clipped off. I didn't put Speedwagon here, because you can actually technically see this area. Kind of. Up here. And this is for a secret, would you believe? As I say, I'm going to go on the secret at the end of the video. But here we are, hotel. Welcome to the hotel. California. No, it's not California at all. It's like Vietnam or something stupid, I don't know where it is. Now, there are a lot of Attack on Titan... Pardon me, I can't speak today. Attack on Titan fans who are like, why is that Wings of Freedom emblem here? Why is it Attack on Titan? And I just said, I wanted a hotel emblem that looked nice, and I decided I'd call this the Freedom Hotel. And have that as the emblem of the hotel. Make it look, you know, proper nice and posh. Around the side of this hotel are actually references to other anime. Obviously, Nerve. So, Evangelion. What was initially over here used to be a bakery for a show, I think, called Say I Love You, which I had finished around the time that I was making this area. But it was a very small bakery, and it just didn't fit, so I tore it all down. And what I then did was actually build this like hospital based off of Psycho Pass, using this emblem, which is actually from Psycho Pass, which is a very good anime. Ignore this. This is just me memeing. I'll put penis up there. That's a part of the Evangelion secret. Would you believe? Phoenix Wright's Grand Court of Law. That is actually to do with Ace Attorney. Why not? Actually looks quite nice as well. Now, around the time I was thinking like, oh, what can I build as the fifth part? The Kyoto Animation officers were actually attacked in an arson attack, unfortunately, where I think 33 people, was it, lost their lives. Whether you'll think this is dark, inappropriate, or whatever, this is more me being a tribute to them building their old offices. It's a bit morbid. It's, yeah, in hindsight it might be quite offensive, but these guys made my absolute favourite anime of all time, Violet Evergarden, and I'd run out of ideas for what I should put here as well. So with a reference image, I actually tried to rebuild their offices in Hammer. I think I did an okay job. It looks fairly accurate, if not a bit small. But yeah, that's a very unfortunate circumstance what happened there. Hopefully it doesn't happen to them again, because they are absolutely very talented people who've made, as I say, my favourite anime of all time. But that is my tribute to them. Moving on, I've put more references here. This one's to Sword Art Online, and this one over here to Konosuba. Again, I just wanted to put anime references everywhere, because I just thought it'd be fun, you know. Have a bit of fun. If you live life, have fun. Now, in here, is a secret. Oh, there's a character from Say I Love You, by the way. Meitechibana. Right, I'm going to go on a tangent about secrets for a second. So here's where the activator is. On this side, there are multiple secrets. I'm going to start off with this. This is a button that is a phone. And this actually plays a clip from a show, a British comedy show called The IT Crowd. I'm going to try playing the sound. I thought that was quite funny, so when you hit the phone it just does that clip. I thought that was quite funny. So just to put a bit of British comedy in there, I would, let's put that in there, why not? Bit of fun. Now we got on to the second secret. This is what has happened after you hit those 5 portrait images at the start. You know, where there was Killer Queen and such. Yes, once you have hit all 5, the next round, this will open. When you hit this trigger, this will open. Funnily enough, this is actually a front door rotating. This is just a solid brush that I use, because I wanted to keep this door actually non-solid. Walk through here, you get this image. I don't know why I put that there. No extra motive. This will open. Now, this was kind of like a bud room in DR PlayStation. It's just much, much worse. This door will open, and it will play Evangelion? No, it would play. It would play something. I think it would play. Yeah, it would play something. It plays a song. I don't know what song it was. It's a fairly long one, so I'm not going to play it. You enter this one, which is made by a program called Twister. I think it's quite good for making these cool displacement things. For quite some time, this has been broken. This next area, you'll see this area portal here. I'm an idiot, and so this area portal used to be a brush, and the actual area portal used to be the Speedwagon image there, which caused a leak. Actually, no, it didn't. I sealed it off, but it still caused a problem, and the area portal you couldn't pass through it because it was solid. So this room was actually deemed useless. So after fixing that, which I've actually just done today, you enter this fun room here. Again, it's like a Buddha room, but far worse. I've got this wall here, Shitpost Crusaders, just memes. This is my favourite one. I don't know why I've got that up there. I've got this, it's Ocean Man. You may have heard me mention that earlier. Hit this, Ocean Man will spawn in the next round, and also play Ocean Man there. That's why there's an end of global there. Next round, JoJo will spawn down at the harbour over there and play Ocean Man. And I'm already lost. And T-posing Kokyuin. Next, Rule 63. Yes, if you don't know what Rule 63 is, gender bent characters. Pretty good. My favourite's this one, I think. Sorry, Speedwagon S. This is the best one. You'll see the Star Pose Crusaders with the T capitalised, because I got them all T-posing. These are buttons. They're all T-posing. And wearing big Speedwagon hats. This one is a button. I think when you hit it, it actually sets your model as a T-posing JoJo Kujo. So while the Dinger model at the start for the activator is animated, this JoJo Kujo one is not. It's just a bit of fun. And this one, when you hit it, there's an end shooter and it fires off a load of Speedwagon hats. It activates multiple times, but they do despawn after a couple of seconds. Now, this brush right here, and you will see this big JoJo here, and you probably haven't noticed this big fuck-off Speedwagon model here. Now, I will get onto that based off of this sound clip here, the Nigarundayo one. Basically, when the music ends, you have to leave the room. If you don't, you are locked in, and then a trigger push will push you into this general area here where all the end of shakes are. And then a song, I think it's some kind of... Actually, it's not a remix, actually. I think the song is the actual Pillarman theme. But what would happen is, when black, basically the lights turn on and off. When off, this thing would spawn in, so to hide the model here. But also, when the lights are back on again, this model will be in show, the lights are on and you can see it, it's T-posing. But then the lights will go off, JoJo disappears on the final one, this goes to the beat of the song, and then when the actual good part of the song plays, this appears. A very haunting image, I know. And this explodes and kills everyone. Where's the explosion particle? Somewhere, don't know where. But I swear there's an explosion particle and it kills everyone in this room. Quite simple, I just thought it was quite funny. You'll see there's this one room here labelled hentai. Now, if you're a true gentleman, like Speedwagon over here, you want to enter this room. So what we're going to do is enter this room. Yes, really it's not actually anything too explicit, it's just suggestive. This one here is my favourite. And it's got Julian here with nude porn on the cap, which is quite funny. I think that's quite funny at least. And when you open this door, it plays this sound effect. Because why not? Oh, I have a lot to answer for. I'm going to hell, aren't I? Alright, leaving here before Satan comes to my soul. Let's continue with the main map again. I just wanted this to look like a nice hotel. We go upstairs. This is actually off-center. Here's the center. This part is the center, and I've got this entire thing off-center. This area, what is this? A trigger? It's 1 unit out of whack, and I'm keeping it like that forever, just to annoy people with OCD. But this trigger actually does something as well. This is rated to the Evangelion Secrets. I keep referring to it. I swear it's interesting. Stick around to the end. It's not like every YouTuber ever saying that. Hello there, abusive father. Right, so yeah, there's a lot of Evangelion stuff here. Body plan. Right, so let's just ignore this and that guy there. This is basically when Polnareff is fighting this doll guy, and he's trapped under a bed, because you know what kind of loser gets trapped under a fucking bed. Soul Sacrifice is guarding the mirror, which has to be broken. So you can't get near it. If you do, you'll receive a small amount of damage. Because I figured a lot of people would try and break it, but you know, that would remove the entire point of this entire hotel. And what you have to do is break the mirror. So this is where we've come to the part that I swear everyone loves. There's never a negative comment. These are the impossible, but not really impossible, strafe windows, where you have a very small ledge to take a run up, do a strafe jump around these walls, and land on another very small ledge, and do it multiple times until you can break all of this glass. If you couldn't tell earlier, my sarcasm was present. No one besides me liked this area, but it's why I eventually added this suggestion from Almighty, a warm-up area to practice strafe jumping. You just get a bit more, you know, tolerance there. So if you've never done strafe jumping before, well, there's your practice. Here's the real thing. Yeah, good. So, but to start off, you get this window will actually fall onto here. And you can actually give yourself a bit of a run up onto this one or this one, depending on your class speed. So you have a bit of an advantage. I'm far too nice, aren't I? If you fall, you die, obviously. I mean, falling from that kind of height, you know, a bit of a weakling you are, but whatever. And once you break all that window and stuff, I could have made it this window. No, that's too easy. You go through this window, you break all the glass, enter here. And what we do, you jump on all this garbage, jump on this. You could used to jump on here and actually just skip this trap entirely. Yeah, that's no fun. So I made those non-solid, cup and sieve. This just electrocutes you. It's an activated trap, it just electrocutes you, nothing special. Jump on here, and jump up here, which you will get pushed into this platforming kind of area. Parkour, platforming? Yeah, platforming, I think. Where you have to dodge the hermit purple ropes, which are scattered all along this floor. Don't worry, they're all static props, so no edicts. Although in early versions they were edicts. You have to land on props, otherwise you die. And basically go through here to go back into the room. Basically what's happened is everyone will have left the room, and imagine that this guy is now up here hanging on this cable up here, you know? There's an animation for that, I'll just do that, there you go. Looks like that. So, do that, jump over here, la-da-da, this breaks, not a trap though, it's actually intentional to help you get up onto here. This is a trap though, these red tables, these will break, activate a trap. The other trap is actually this, it's a helium canister, it'll push you, send you flying over and, well you can see this arrow, that general direction, out onto the floor and die. This just breaks and sends the table down for you to be able to continue from here. I just wanted a bit of movement, a bit of physics, you know, high-tech stuff. Which you actually don't see in a lot of maps, you don't see a lot of physics objects being used to their full potential quite a lot, and I think that's quite sad. And you get this nice disco area, my own model, a disco ball. A few lights, and there used to be an older disco ball with they were made out of brushes and had like their own lights spinning around. Again, tons of edicts, I removed it and just did that, that looked better. The unusuals, again, just a band playing in the hotel. Again, just more props. What you do is, here, you would hit this button, hit this, like, box, to turn on, you'll see the ropes that are hanging, turn on this electrical laser, and then you are forced to actually wait 2 seconds, and then hit it again to turn it off. This is a secret, this is to enter the credit room, requires a lot of weird criteria to be met. I forgot what those criteria are, I don't really care, I'd never really enter that room anyway. I think you need to finish the Evangelion secret as well though. Yay. So after that, after you've turned it on and off, you can either have a friend who's over here, jump into it, or if you're on your own you have to go all the way back, which is quite dangerous if the activator hasn't, you know, done these 2 traps, you can still set them off. And then jump down into there, being careful not to hit the floor and dying. He's up here now, break the mirror, in which Polnareff can then see Soul Sacrifice, that happens in the anime. This used to be an actual reflective mirror, because you can have that in Source, but you can't have them viewing any water or area portals. Now there is water here due to a 3D skybox, which is up here. Water. And there's a area portal. So, yeah, I couldn't use the mirror, because of, you know, errors. So, that's a shame. But, c'est la vie. The rest of this, it works fine. So now, once you've broken that mirror and you've killed him, we are now moving over to here, the desert area. This is where I really began to lose passion for this project. You can probably tell by how crap it looks. I ended up wanting to go with the theme of like this city is kind of under construction. There's these rocks being blasted away by dynamite. This is actually under construction. Why I did that? Who knows? I honestly couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. For the life of me, you couldn't pay me a salary. I wouldn't be able to tell you. This is a credit room. Might as well while we're on the topic. You have to beat the entire map and then break this door. And you are rewarded with a model of my character called Anna. Came from a visual novel called Corona Blossom. Hit that button there, your model becomes the Anna model. Again, it's T-posing. This is a credit room made by me, with help from R60D, Wamati, Metro Ham, and Burke. Special thanks to Neat, 3x on Late, Copper, Soggy French Fry, Waxel, and Spooky Toad. Death Experiments. This is a group that helped me a whole lot with Deathrun mapping. I will leave a link to their Discord server in the description below, because if you want to do Deathrun mapping, it's a very good place to go. The Model King, RCTD himself, very helpful suggestions, Warmatty, and 3XL Elite map sponsor, because they gave me some nice items, thank you. Special thanks to the following groups and communities for the help. Death Experiments, I've already mentioned them. Death Ventures, it's kind of like a breakaway of Death Experiments. It's an actual server hosted by R60D. Wonderland TF, they used to do Deathrun, now I think they mainly do Jailbreak now. Retro servers, they do Deathrun. Neon Midori, they're dead now, they don't exist, but they initially were running early versions of the map, so thank you to them, their name will forever be immortalised in this map. So, this is the activated starter, obviously. Now, here we are, Whole Horse. Smug looking ass bitch. He has his gun there, which is actually, I think, is that a separate model? No, it isn't. But it's quite simply idle in the name, and then holster, then die. Because what happens, you'll see there's two lasers. One that fires the bullets over here into a pipe, and then one, imagine that this pipe goes into this other one, fires it right back at him. I could do this better with logic relays and stuff, but I've got a laser there. What I should do is really a laser here that changes targets, but would you believe I don't actually care that much? I've got enough edicts to spare. But yeah, that's just a small little trap. When he goes back and dies, he breaks these barrels. Hat clip through. No, he didn't clip through. Good. I thought for at least all this time he's clipping through. Now, people like to cheat this area, so there you go, no fun allowed. Dynamite! Quite simply, activate. Oh yeah, this is an activated trap, by the way. This is an activated trap, and it just explodes. Kaboom. Easy as. Nothing special. Now we come on to the one trap I actually wanted to make in this area. You know that part where JoJo's had that small, tiny guy in Justice Joestar's brain, and hitting him would result in Steely Dan, or was it receiving damage? Yeah, I decided I liked the end where Steely Dan gets punched into the side of a building. So that's the trap. If you enter this trigger and the activator hits this button, you are teleported into this block of bullets, in which JoJo will then do an audio sound. I probably could have done like with removing the music, but no one ever hears it really, so I don't care that much. And then you are punched all the way to high heaven with a catapult, flung up all the way here, killed here, and this breaks, does this sound effect from the show, and yeah, you're dead in here with a cool little speedwagon up here. Okay, this is something I've completely forgotten to mention that I've just remembered now. I actually have a texture from the show. This grass texture that I use here and there is actually from the show. I took it from the anime when I was watching it. I just screenshotted it and just took it. Sorry, I just had to go off on a tangent there. Just something I thought was worth mentioning. Quiet yawn. These models you probably tell are ripped from a game, or someone made them. I think who was it? I think his name used to be like Soggy French Fry or something like that. But oh no, it was Copper. Copper actually did it. He ripped all the models and then just said, yeah, you can use them. So now here we are with Dog, the Fool. Again, another simple one. Enter this trigger, he will swipe you and you will die. There's a fly model that I never actually used. But yeah, it's just slash. There you go, you die. Here's me being an idiot. I thought this is cool. To break this, let's use a payload. It's basically its actual payload. You push it over here. Once it ends up here, it does a beep beep sound effect. No, it doesn't. It does this instead. In which you have to run over here and exit these explosive areas, because then it explodes and kills anyone who's in here. Just a bit of a hazard. I thought it was quite cool. This area has the most traps actually, which is quite funny. Then we move on to more platforming, and the part of it is meant to be under construction. Jump here and land on here. Now these are pipes that they don't break, they're just pipes. But this wood are physics. These wood planks are physics objects. They will fall away. And what you need to do is, when they fall away, they don't just magically pop it back into existence. This trigger here tells people to jump into the leaking gas to cross the gap, because there is a bit of gas that will leak after this, falls, and this will push people all the way over to here. Very clever. This is a 50-50, but it's a kind of a fair one, because you can get this far along and then jump before this actually falls. So it's only if you don't jump you're going to die. So I think it's relatively fair. This metal electric hazard, I don't know why I added that, that's it. Electrical hazard, activator does that, activator doesn't do the 50-50, but the activator does do the pipe. Activator also does this little rope where you walk from here all the way up to here. Stunning features. I added this so you can trick the activator if you crouch walk, along here, and the activator thinks, okay, well he's far enough away from that, I'm gonna make him die, and then he lands here, and there you go, you've just, failed miserably. So then they carry on over here, dynamite again, why not? This goes kaboom, activator, and that is that. And we have reached the end of the actual Deathrun and traps. Now, I tend to advise to go for, quite a large level of traps in a map, like, about 20. Because you need to imagine a 31-player server. Well, have I got news for you. This is where we go on to the arena. Now, this is the part that goes the absolute furthest off the map, or the anime rather. I outsourced this. As I said, I ran out of passion during the desert area, and so you can tell what I was thinking when I did the arena. I just said, hey, can you make an arena and make it look like, Cairo? Where the final battle takes place. Yeah, sure, I can make it look like Cairo, yeah, sure. And what I received back is this, nighttime, like the thing, vampire, and, yeah. Cairo. Yeah, this is apparently Cairo. Moving on swiftly. This horse is actually, not there at the start. You have Kakyoin. It's a shame he died, but what happens. The activator's up here, and he has to hit Kakyoin, who dies into here. Spoiler alert for anyone who doesn't watch the anime. He goes into this this water tower, which has an animation. Thank you, RCTD, for crumpling. That's pretty cool, I think. And yeah, that is when you see the Crusaders up here. That's when the actual fight starts. When the fight starts, his horse is teleported up here, and one side is spawned here, the other side is spawned over here. People can get a bit of health and ammo if they need it. There's also some more health and ammo dotted around the map, I think. Like here, only small ones, And what they do is fight. They fight to the death. So it's the activator who has a lot more health against the amount of remaining reds. Of course, the activator health is scaled, depending on how many reds are still alive. There's a lot of logic here. There's like a game UI, because the activator can stop time by right-clicking, which is actually quite powerful. So the reds can't move, they can't look around or anything. All they can do is just sit there and hope that the activator isn't going to kill them. Usually they would get killed though, that's it. There's a time limit, and that time limit is the length of Stand Proud. Although there are I think 2 other songs that play. I think it's the other Part 3 one, and I think the start of the one of the other songs. Either way, it's about 90 seconds. It's about the length of an anime intro / outro. 90 seconds. And if you run out of time, Dio loses, and the Reds win. If Dio dies, or the activator dies, then again the Reds win. Or if all the Reds die before the time's up, then Blue loses, you win the map. Everything's nice and rosy. Well done. So that is the map, DR Stardust, and a very simple explanation of how it works, what I was thinking in some places. Honestly, I know I said I don't know what I was thinking for a lot of parts, but really I was just having a lot of fun making this map, that's it. I had fun, and that's why, that is something I will always say to mappers. It's fine making, you know, a good, big, popular map, but make sure you enjoy it. That's the important part, just enjoy it. Now, the part I promised you quite a lot. The Evangelion secret. Now, I'll start off by saying the Evangelion secret, there are 2 ways to open it. One, beat the entire map and then have to win, I think it's a 1 in 4 chance every round after that. No, 1 in 5 chance actually, for this to open. Or, if there's an admin on the server who can no-clip, he flies into here and hits a little combo button over here. You'll know you're in the right place, because there's this giant, scary image here. And you'll know when the secret is open, because this guy will turn purple, and the spinner will be ever so slightly harder. Because I'm a nasty bastard. So, once you've done that, once the secret is open, instead of going to the hotel, you go to the left over here. Now, you'll hit a trigger when you go over here, meaning that you cannot go forward through here. But there is also a trigger up here, in case people don't want to do it, for whatever reason. If you hit this trigger first, which is slightly further away, because I want it to be fair, basically you just can't enter the Evangelion secret, it's blocked off, and sucks to be you. But if you do hit the Evangelion trigger, this guy spawns here, blocks you away, but also there's this pillow here is if you hit this this trigger here, if you didn't notice it was open. And basically what you would get is a body pillow on the pillow of Asuka. I just thought that was quite funny. But really, you shouldn't be able to miss that it's not open, because A, you've had a purple silver chariot, and there's this giant fuck-off robot just standing here. I mean, how can you miss that? So, you go over here, and you go up these stairs. There's a 02 over here, because down in the Franks it's quite like Evangelion. So go up this set of stairs, fancy, fancy, break this door, and walk through here. And, what's this? This is just a soundscape, that's cool. So in a soundscape indoors. There's a lot of stuff that happens here, triggers, all sorts, fancy schmancy stuff. When you are here, you are told that during the Crusaders' adventure, Seal, as in like S-E-E-L-E, attempted to start the Third Impact. Anyone who's watched Evangelion will know what the hell I'm on about. Yes, I decided to merge 2 anime into 1. Again, questioning me is the worst thing you can do. Now, there is some confusion. By the way, this was taken from a Gary's Mod map. I asked the person if I could take it, and he said yes, so thank you. There's sometimes some confusion of what to do here. What you do is when the music starts, you are meant to jump into this black pit here. Because this triggers a teleport that will teleport you down into here, in which you will fall. These just push you into the middle. And then you start a very, very difficult and unfair, on purpose, area. where you have to avoid being dunked into this LCL, which in the anime of Evangelion actually makes you alive, but in here kills you for some reason. I know this looks like it's half in server immersion LCL, and this is actually a modelled. I had to make this by hand in brushes. There's an animation that basically opens the hand, so don't worry about it. You have to do this platforming area, jumping along all this very difficult, precarious part, surf off of that, land on here, and press all of these small green buttons that I have just hidden. Except they're not hidden anymore because I'm now showing you where they all are. Easy? Yeah, easy. Grenades can come out of here, activate a trap, because, you know, can't just leave the activator in the dark. This pipe can fall and kill you, activate a trap. This can fall and squash you, again, activate a trap. Is that an activate a trap? Haha, no it isn't. Okay, I am an idiot. I'm gonna make it activate a trap, might as well leave the activator to do something. Cool, save and eat there I guess. Yay. I will have to test that later, but I'm sure it's fine. There's a load of nice images here. I got this off like the Evangelion subreddit. It's got that. Love is destructive, and it's got that. Nice cool images, Asuka, which is, you know, edgy. That, which is not edited. Not edited as well as far as I know. Oh, I mean, someone edited it. This is inverted. I inverted these colours just to make it seem a bit creepier. This, because, you know, sad. This is a trap as well. Well, not that one. This one is a trap. And this is a trap, if you couldn't tell. This is a trap. This will just break. And then another one, which is literally exactly the same, will float up. I've just realised they are different entities. I need to do that real quick. Ignore that. Just fixing them as I talk about it. You'll see this trigger here. When you go into this trigger, there is a massive Evangelion over here, which actually runs. Ignore the fact it's sideways right now. That's just how track trains work. He runs along here. Thought that was cool. And now, here is the most unfair part. You need, this is non-negotiable, you need 2 people. Well, in normal play you need at least two people. Because there is a giant robot that will walk around and try and crush you when you're in these meta trigger, which is basically the entire area except these parts hidden by barrels. And you have to hit each of these 10 buttons, I think there's 10, dotted around. Because I'm very mean. On top of that, the activator has 1 attempt to fire off a load of grenades. That's where the robot is. And these 2 pipes that I just placed down. I'm getting tired of talking now. Some of these buttons are a bit difficult to get to. It requires you, jumping and being careful. But after you've hit all the buttons, go up here, go up the side here, round here, along this ledge here. You see this lance of whatever it's called with fire particles. And hit this button to destroy the Eva. And there you go, you win if you do that. Although I will say, there is, I mentioned earlier, there's music that starts. If the music ends, you run out of time, and therefore you lose the Evangelion secret. Ta-da! Now, when you've killed the Eva, everything goes red and you hear Asuka scream. Because that's fun, isn't it? I think it's this sound right here. Taken from the anime. And then you are teleported to my sincere congratulations area. There are 2 parts, one for the activator, one for the reds. Basically, you are teleported here with a load of models, the Evangelion ones, clapping for you, including my own. You've got that, you've got Kaoru, you've got Pen, Asuka, this guy, I've forgotten his name, Shinji. Rei you only actually see here, there's literally only this one single part. So, you know, thanks for, you know, coming along, Ray. And you're basically told, congratulations, while having the Omedeto part being played to you. And then you are told thanks for playing Stardust, because essentially you have finished the entire map. But this map is not finished with its tricks. There's one more part down here, where the reds are teleported into this just black room. The lights turn on and they can see. They can see each other, and then another light soon after turns on, and you can just see Kaworu. Kaworu just leaning here, very casually. And what he does, he slowly walks up to you. While there's a certain image that flashes up. That image is actually shown up really far away, of course. It's this image here. It instead fills the screen and just flashes, usually once or twice. It flashes to fill the screen very quickly, and then your screen goes red, and then it fades out very quickly as well. Just, you know, spook people, make them feel a bit uneasy. He will walk here and he will say, Kaoru, Nagisa Kaoru. And then after he said his name, we then get teleported into here where there are multiple Kaorus. Who, there are two sets of these, and they say the exact same thing. Kaoru, Nagisa Kaoru. But they say it at different times, so it sounds like there's more of them. Everything in here is black and white because I did no lighting. That was quite a cool effect, I think. And then you get teleported back into here, there's no lighting at all, you can't see anything. Then after a random amount of time, people have called it a jump scare. You basically get, I think what is actually a trailer for Evangelion, the end of Evangelion, with a, I think it's a scream of some sort. It's weird. It is a really weird trailer. But I just added it because I felt like it. The activator can actually see all this happening as well. He has his own personal room here. So, you know. Ta-da. Yeah, slightly tired. And I think finally we're at the end of this map. No, we're not. After the jump scare, you get the that infamous image of Asuka and Shinji by the beachside with a giant head in the water, in a pool of blood or LCL or something like that. And then one really for real final trick up this map sleeve. You'll have seen me dotting Kaoru around in different places. The round after the Evangelion secret has been beaten, you can go here, Kaoru's here, and he will just appear around the map. Bit of fun, you know. Top of the hotel, the word penis. And then the map actually just resets after that round. which is quite funny. So everything's reset, so you can try and do it again. But you probably have realised this is a really big map, so the odds of you being able to actually do it again are slim to none in today's times. We have like half an hour to do a map, and then you move on to bloody DR Bizinger or something stupid. Anyway, I think for real, that is finally this map explained. I've talked about what happens in the map. I've talked about, you know, things you might not know, how it works sometimes in different areas. I'm sorry I've been a bit quiet, my microphone is terrible. And thank you for sticking around for an hour 15, I do appreciate it. There's no other map of mine that's actually as interesting as Stardust. I just felt like doing Stardust because it is my most interesting map by quite a stretch. So, yeah. That's it. That's Stardust. See ya.